is going on, guys? Well, we got there in the end. I finally found what button to press. That was really professional of me. How's everyone doing? Good to see you all. You see me pop up in the corner there. Like it was like I was reviewing my intro. Good to see everyone. I'm looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a good laugh. Imi, well done. First in the comments. Good work, mate. Michael, good to see you. Hello, pointers. My mum's in the comments. I've already had the harsh word with... He's going to come on effing and blinding right off the word go. Oh, dear. You have a point, though, Mum. Watershed, you know? Whatever it is, whatever that thing's called. Maggie, how you doing? Good to see you. Steve, mate. April Steele in the house. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Smash that like button. Absolutely. Lead by example. April Steele knows where it's at. Sam, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Yeah. What's everyone been up to? Anyways, have you had a good day? What day is it? It's Tuesday? I've froze. Have I froze? Cheers, Sam. Jimmy Mack from Edinburgh. You're not in Donny at the moment. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Hopefully, I mean, I keep freezing at this end. I don't know if I'm freezing for you guys, but can you still hear me? But I'm definitely freezing. Something is going on. It is what it is. I'm just going to persist. Froze again. No, you're good. Okay, fine. As long as we're good. It's definitely freezing at this end. I keep, like, doing all that. I'm going to play a Post Malone song. Upside down, I'll be the bad guy now, but no, I ain't too proud. I couldn't be there, even if I tried. You don't believe it. You do this every time. Seasons changed and our love went cold. Feed the flame 'cause I can't let go. Run away, 'cause you're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so don't take the blame. Run away, 'cause you're running in circles. Run away, let go. I think I'm feeling that it's time to let it go. I say so. I knew that we were doomed from the get-go. You thought that it was special, but it was just the sex though, and I could hear the echoes. I think it's time that we should let it all go. Seasons changed and our love went cold. Feed the flame 'cause I can't let go. Run away 'cause we're running Cheers, guys. Thank you. Yeah. How's it going in the comments? Rob Hisco's in the house again. 2 nights on the trot, mate. Banging. How you doing? I had a quick look on your YouTube channel yesterday, and is it 11,000 or 12,000? You trying to hit 20,000, which is absolutely insane, mate. So fair play to you, man. Craig, how you doing? Craig Hughes is in the house as well. What else we got going on here? Michael, nice to see you, mate. Did Jimmy Mack ever reply to me? I don't think he did. Anyway. Hey, Dawn, how you doing? Nice to see you. Right, I'm just going to, I don't know. I guess we'll just jump right into the show, if Joe's ready. I've got the censor button ready. We've pre-recorded this in advance. I'm only kidding, we haven't really. This is totally live. Anyway, here we go.
Hello.
Yo.
How
you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm good, man. Do you know what makes me laugh? Do you know what's really funny? I thought the days of me being told off by Liz Dunwell were dead and gone.
It's long
and
gone.
Somehow she's found a way to still turn me off over the internet. So I'm sorry for my bad language, Liz.
Even with a pandemic going on, she's still managed it. Let alone not probably seeing you for however many years, she's still found a way during a world crisis to be like, Joe, rein it in a little.
That's it. What can I say?
Well done, Mum. Love it.
Yeah.
She's probably
But it's just part of my vocab, Liz.
I know. Well, it's not for her sake. Well, it probably is, to be fair. She never really likes me swearing. It's for the little nippers watching my nephews and stuff.
I got a Joe full stop in the comments.
A stern Joe. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on swiftly. So, how are you coping? How's lockdown? Has much changed since you last been on? Because it seems like literally 2 seconds since you were on the show, and it's
yeah, it don't feel like long, does it?
no. I don't even know how long it is, to be fair. I'm just gonna have a quick look.
I think it's about a month, innit?
Is it?
About 4 weeks, something like that.
Oh man.
I think it was the start of last month. But yeah, everything's the same, really. I guess just finding ways to cope, I guess.
Yeah.
Not in a totally depressing way. Like, I'm still working and stuff, just trying to make it work from home. And then, just trying to be creative as well.
Yeah.
As much as possible.
You've definitely... Yeah, because last time we spoke and you were on here, you just launched your YouTube channel, and you're absolutely smashing that, and you're putting out loads of content on there. I think you'd only just put out your first video by then.
Yeah, I think so. Like, it wasn't long since, right? I think I started like middle of April was when I put my first video up on that.
Yeah, so
yeah.
It was May 5th of May you were on last. Sorry, I wasn't just scrolling through my phone. It would have bugged me otherwise.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, 5th of May. So yeah, just drilling the YouTube stuff, talking about video games, and then just trying to make it work musically with the band.
Yeah.
Which is obviously kind of difficult when we can't really be together. And then yeah, just getting by. What about yourself?
I've just been still trying to adapt with the whole collaboration over online, like doing writing and also sending stems and stuff back and forth. I think I've started to actually really get it now and understand it, but it's just a whole new way of working. But there was a short period of time where I was just like, is this going to work? And it does work, don't get me wrong, it does. But I'd miss that interaction when someone's in the room with you and you're able to bounce off ideas and stuff. And, but it is working. And then obviously I've been doing this every night. This is number 73, 4.
Number 73. Man, killing it. So do you do one every single day?
Every day.
I think even Sundays.
Every Sunday, every Monday to Sunday. Yeah, every day.
That's a day of rest,
The
man.
the only day that I didn't do it was the recent Tuesday blackout thing that the
Blackout
in
Tuesday.
honour, which obviously was, to sort of just show tribute and do what.
Yeah, it was the right thing to do.
Yeah. It was a weird one because obviously it was all booked and I was just a little unsure as to what to do. To be fair, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we're basically booked up now until right up until the 100th episode, and then we're launching an all-dayer festival, which lands a little bit after the 100th episode, but because I didn't want it to land on a Wednesday or something, so the all-day festival's on the Saturday. But man, it's good. It's good. Keeping busy.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you tried to do a little bit of writing or at least some form of rehearsal with the guys, but obviously
we have a practice studio that we rent, and we decided to try and like give it a go and go back in there, and it was, to be fair, the practice itself it felt really productive and everything, but then it just kind of felt weird in terms of like, should we be doing this? We did social distance as best we could and everything, but it was kind of like, I felt a bit weird about it, and another band member felt kind of weird about it as well.
Yeah.
And it was just like, let's just not put anybody in any sort of position until everybody's comfortable with it, because it's all just confusing, isn't it? Like, even the people that you can tell, like, with the announcements that we've had from the government and stuff, you can tell that even they're kind of unsure about what to do, really, because nothing's clear, is it? So
no, I think the problem is you've got there's no two people are the same, really, in the sense that it can affect people slightly differently, in the sense
of course, 'cause it's
your
not just about
circumstances
you,
are different to mine. Yeah, so they're trying to do it as on a mass scale, which then in turn becomes extremely confusing. I mean, we were just talking about it today about the whole, you're allowed to see up to 6 people, but only from 2 households. So your household and another one, and then it was like, so I can't see like Ben and Alex, because they're from 2 separate households. But I could see Ben and Alex and Laura, which is his wife.
Yeah,
because they're from the same house. But at first I was like, great, I get to see 6 of my mates. Let's have a party. But it doesn't work like that, Very confusing.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, it's like, you can go out and hang out in a park as long as you're 2 meters from each other and stuff. It's all a bit like, what are the official rules?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe if anyone knows in the comments, chime in. So fill us in. Is Boris there? He might.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Liz has put it right there. Like, you don't know what's right and what's wrong, so everyone's kind of just scrambling around, aren't they? Just trying to figure out what is best. Because, like you said as well, everybody is their own individual case, but that doesn't just go for work. That goes for like life as well. Like, especially for people like musicians and stuff. It's like how. At what point do you say it's okay for us to get back together and start creating, and then morally it's kind of like, if we all go in a room, then we're putting our like wives and girlfriends at risk, and family and stuff when you come home. So it's super grey is the area, like. So we've just decided to just be like,
just hold off a little.
Let's because there's not going to be any live music this year now, by the looks of it, in terms of like actually in a venue or anything. There's no rush for us to put out the album that we're writing, so it's just like, let's just not take any rash steps and just wait it out. And
are you sat on anything that could be put out, or even like, have you got the facilities or ability to maybe even do like a collaboration, to put something out, like an acoustic version of a song or something like that, just to
not
keep
really. I guess that's
sweet.
kind of half, well, not half the reason, because obviously it's your thing, but this is the reason why I'm coming on and doing these and stuff, because I'm just kind of trying to do little bits that we can with what we got. But we're when all this came around, we were in a really precarious position as a band anyway, because we were at that point where we were so early in the writing stage that we maybe had 4 complete songs by the time by maybe a month before all this kicked off. And then if you remember, just before all the COVID stuff kicked off, it was like there was the floods, and the guy who engineers us and records our tracks, his studio was flooded, so we couldn't even demo the 4 tracks that we had. Yeah. So it was just like,
yeah. You think someone's trying to tell you something, Joe?
Yeah, I think maybe it's just like, give it up, knock it on head.
Yeah, just be a YouTuber, man.
No, but anyway. I mean, the stuff that we're writing, it's like I firmly believe it's the best songs we've ever done. They're all simple stuff. Like, we're not trying to be like way out there or anything, but they're still the favourite thing. My most favourite songs we've ever written.
Yeah, man, I love it. I was proper fangirling when after the last thing that we did. Obviously, we kind of reconnected and stuff through this and through your YouTube channel and stuff like that. You know, just chatting again. I then started listening back to some of your other stuff, and I was like, this is just like solid. It's just got really good summer vibes, really strong melodies, strong lyrics, and I can hear the energy in all the songs. It's across the board, you know. They just feel really good to listen to. So, as I say, I was proper fangirling. I sent you a couple of Instagram clips as well in my garden with a beer. I was like,
seen that. Yeah, we really wanted to. I wanted to do it with Dan today. We were gonna set up a little social distancing thing because he's got a big couch in his like loft room where what's like L-shaped. So we were gonna sit like 2 meters apart and try and do things because you know, because basically I'm not a guitar. I don't class myself as a guitarist really. I can't fucking. Oh, sorry, Liz. I can't.
I didn't even notice until you went. Oh.
I can't, you know, I'm just not very good. I'm like a 4-chord man on the guitar, and for me, my instrument is my voice and like writing lyrics and stuff. So, I, you know, really wanted to do it with Dan, and he's a brilliant vocalist as well. He's like, he's like his harmonies and stuff are really good. So it's a shame we could do it. But this morning, Dan messaged me. He's like, dude, I've got like a massive headache and a sniffly nose and stuff. So he was like, you know, I'm happy to do it, but I'm just letting you know. And I was like, nah, no chance. I'm not moving the house, mate.
Yeah. See you later. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. You're on your own. Yeah. No, you did the right thing, man. Especially what you're playing in Soundcheck. I'm looking forward to hearing them because you messaged me earlier on and you were like, I just don't know what to play, and because obviously you kind of don't rely on the other guys, but you're the lead singer. You're a singer of the band. You know, you don't like you say you don't you don't play the guitar as much as you used to. But I love the fact that you were like, I think I can probably maybe scrape through 2 songs, and then a couple of hours later you messaged me back saying I've dialed it down. I've got what I want to play now. I was like, yes. Yeah.
Well, in fairness, Dan recorded a video of Dan recorded me some videos of like simplified versions of the tracks, and I just sort of made my own versions out of them, because if I say that I've learned what he sent me, that'd be an absolute lie as well, because I stripped it back even further.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Would you like to play your first song anyways, and then we'll maybe see if there's any questions for Joe in the comments.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we'll just sort of carry on chatting after your first song, mate.
The first 2 tracks I'm going to play, they're like unreleased, they're new songs, so it just seemed best to play those because they're easy to learn on the guitar and things like that. So yeah, right,
take it away, dude.
Is this what I'm destined to be? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You know I'm not listening, I'm picking my teeth. I can't hear your words, but they're dragging on, they're dragging on. I hear the pains in my chest, I hear this diet of cigarettes, I hear the 2 hours sleep every night. All my friends think I'm losing my mind. Another 3 hours sat in my car, can look in your eyes, I don't know where you are, and I can feel you collapse in my arms. If I took all the weight from my shoulders, I still wouldn't get very far. Things went swimmingly until we drowned. I guess what goes around comes around. Since I met you, I've not been myself, but I'm getting tired of being someone else. I'm getting tired of being someone else. I'm getting tired of being someone else. You will speak and I won't listen. The words will blur and change position. In real life, does it always make sense? 'Cause I fall in and out of past tense. I hear the pains in my chest, I hear this diet of cigarettes, I hear the 2 hours sleep every night. All my friends think I'm losing my mind. Things went swimmingly until we drowned. I guess what goes around comes around. Since I met you, I've not been myself, but I'm getting tired of being someone else. That's it.
Love it. Nice little finish there. That's it.
That's it.
Wicked, man.
Cheers,
Sounds
dude.
great.
Thank you.
Getting some love in the comments, which is awesome.
Cheers, gang.
Cheers, gang. Right. We've had a question. I don't know if I think I probably know the answer to this one, but I don't know if it's still the same. What's your biggest influence? Or who's your biggest influence, rather?
I guess it differs. Like musically in general, it's no, it's no surprise to anyone that knows me that massive fan of Brand New back in the day. I mean, I know obviously stuff went down with Brand New, but I can't deny that they were a huge influence on me musically. Deftones as well, massive influence. Like those two bands are like, they're my like solid, always been a massive fan of those bands. But in terms of this band and in Beauty School, I think like the influence kind of comes from a number of areas, but like bands that I grew up with, kind of smaller bands. So definitely at the minute, massively listening to a band called Pinegrove, who like, they're almost like a country folk emo band.
Oh,
and his melodies are just like sublime. Like he's one of those guys who when he writes the when you listen to his melodies, you kind of think that is so simple, but how did you come up with that? Like how did that come to your mind? And he writes over like 2 or 3 chords, so the songs are really simplistic, and then they're built up by the band. And I think that's something that we do quite a bit. So for me, Pinegrove, I'm massively influenced by at the moment. And then that song in particular is massively influenced by a band called Fireworks, who like a pop punk emo-esque band, who like me and Dan and are like massive fans of. So and basically there's little elements of a ton of bands in Beauty School, but they're all like like Dan's guitaring is massively influenced by American football.
Yeah, I remember saying.
And it's just so. Even though my favourite bands are like Deftones and Brand New, I guess nowadays the music that I make doesn't really reflect those bands as much. Even though the band is called Beauty School, which is the name of a song by Deftones, which we just lifted.
Yeah. I just wondered, because obviously you've always had a good ear for melody and for like trying to turn a song, taking it somewhere that I wouldn't personally have. Is that why you disconnected yourself from the guitar a little so you could hone that in and work on that more? Or did you just think, I want to just guitar's not for me? Because you're not a bad guitarist. You know, you've always, when me and you were in a band together, like you play as well as I do, your main thing was lyrics and melody. That's one thing I know.
That's the thing. The thing for me is like, it's a bit of column A and a bit of column B. Column A is that I'm not a very good guitarist, and I realised at a point in my life that I was not getting any better, sort of towards the back end of Goodbye for Now. I was sort of realising that I wasn't getting any better as a guitarist, and I also didn't have the motivation to really sit and play guitar for like 2-3 hours a day to make myself better at it, because I'm kind of clumsy like with my hands and when I play guitar, and I just was not seeing any progress, and whereas what I was motivated to do was to write songs and write lyrics and write melodies, because that was my thing. So after Goodbye for Now, when I started Cole's Landing, you know, originally I was gonna play the guitar like right at the start, and then I just said to Johnny, the guy that I started it with, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Like we need to find another guitarist, and I'm just gonna focus on lyric writing and melody writing. And I think it has been, like, when I look back, I do think it was the right choice. Sometimes I pick up my guitar and I'm a little bit sad that I'm rusty, like really rusty, and like that I haven't got all the stuff that I used to have, and I can't remember all the songs that I used to play. But when I think about writing songs lyrically and melodically, I think I've definitely come on a long way, and I can see that progress, the progress that I couldn't see from guitar. And so definitely, man, just that's my focus is writing. Plus the best bit about it is you don't have to carry any gear in or out of a show. As soon as you get off that stage, I'm straight
see you later, lads,
to the beers. Yeah. Those guys lugging big massive amps, Charlie dragging all his drum shells out, and I'm like, nah, I'll just feet up. I'll go on merch, boys. Hang
on a minute. I'm sure that's the way it was when we were in Goodbye for Now as well.
Yeah, I used to have that combi amp, and that was it. I was like, yeah. You guys were always like, hey, you should get a cabin head. Nah, I'll stick with this combi amp.
Just little Argos. No, I definitely noticed it. Not a massive change in lyrical style, but when Cole's Landing came out, I could really see like you were like laser focused on melody and vocal delivery, whereas when we were sort of doing our thing, it was more about trying to be as heavy and as noisy as possible and riffs and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of sometimes detracted away from what you could do. And like I remember, like sometimes a prime example of it is do you remember when we were recording, we were demoing stuff, when you pull yourself away from your instrument and you're literally just doing vocals, I remember you used to push the boundaries so much when you were recording vocals. You were like, I just want to try hit that note. And then you would be like, oh, I can do it. And then trying to relay it live, you're like, oh, now I've got to think about playing guitar and performing and everything else. But
go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, when Cole's Landing came about, that's when I really started noticing a change. And then there's been a few little projects in between, you know, Cole's Landing, Beachheads, then now Beauty School. None of them are too far removed from each other, but you can hear like a great like gradual, like you're just rounding everything off and making everything sound sonically pleasing, and like even like everything, just little things like improving the quality of the recording and things like that. It just seems to really feel like you've really started to get what it is you wanted to do from back in Cole's Landing days to now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of the songs that I hear us creating in Beauty School now are what I would categorize those as spiritual sort of, you know, what would have come next for Cole's Landing, I think.
Yeah.
But it was kind of that's what I like to think anyway. But when I think about Cole's Landing, I think like when we first started, we were focused on being like DIY, pop punk, good vibes, bouncing around, having a good time, and it was kind of like that was the thing. And I was still concentrating on my voice, and I was trying out different vocal styles or whatever. But then when Cole's Landing did the album, like the back end of Cole's Landing, what it was is our original guitarist Johnny had left the band, and Dan, who's the guitarist in Beauty School, he joined the band, and so a lot of the album was written with Dan, but then Dan left before we put the album out. So a lot of those songs that are on the Cole's Landing record were written with Dan, like me and Dan, and he had a massive part of writing that record. And then when he left, it was kind of like the band kind of ended anyway. We played those songs and we toured that album, and then the band ended. And then I went off and did Beachhead and tried to do the thing on my own, and then came back and started working with Dan again on Beauty School. And like as soon as we started working together again, I could feel the song, the same like enthusiasm about the first Beauty School tracks as I did of the Cole's Landing tracks when we were doing it. And so in my head it was I mean, to be fair, like when we started the band, we toyed with the idea of just bringing back Cole's Landing and saying like this is going to be Cole's Landing's new thing, but then we decided let's do something completely fresh. But so you know, I think I did touch on it last time we talked, but the back and forth that I have with Dan, that sort of writing bounce, is something that I don't find anywhere else, and it sort of brings the best out in me and potentially brings the best out in him as well. But you know, that's not to say that it's perfect. Like it doesn't always work. There's a lot of times where we write songs and then we think, nah, this is rubbish. Almost got me again there, Liz. This is rubbish. Like 3 months down the line, you know. But yeah, it's definitely like my focus is all on melody and lyric writing now, and just that's my thing.
You can tell it's good. I like it, and especially when you've got, you know, such a wall of sound propping up the melody and the vocal. You know, you've got you talk very highly of Dan and all the other members and stuff, but you say he's like a wizard on the guitar and stuff like that. It's kind of nice to know that side of the band is, you know, is taken care of, and then that just solely means that you can focus on what you need to do to
because I've
push
worked
the song
with
where it
these
needs to go.
guys, apart from Liam, the bass player, like I've never been in a band with Liam until Beauty School, but Dan has been in bands with Liam for years and years. But you know, I've worked with Dan multiple times before. Charlie and Jordan were both in Cole's Landing with me. Like each individually, they're all like incredible musicians, and that's kind of like something that, you know, it works for me because I haven't got all the time in the world to be focusing on writing band stuff all the time. So, and I think the same goes for the rest of the guys. So it's good to know that they can take care of their parts, and it always comes together really well because they're all such good and unique musicians as well.
Have you ever had a melody or an idea that not really like something that's in your head that's necessarily going to translate lyrically, but more of a riff or anything like that, and you've pitched it and they've just gone nah, or even opposite, they've gone that's a really cool idea
all the time, mate. Not so much guitar wise. Like sometimes there's been the odd occasion where I've tried to like voice record me going, Dan, play this down the phone, and he's got back to me and said, what do you want me to do with that, mate? Like, but then there's other times where I'll, like, we have the band group chat going, and then me and Dan constantly confer in our own chat as well, because I'm too embarrassed to sing my crappy falsetto. He'll send me a guitar thing in the group, and then I'll reply in a separate conversation, because I don't want to send it to group me going over the top of it, because I don't want to be belting the song out.
And then
and
you'll later
plenty-
find out that he's putting them on Spotify.
There's plenty of times that I'll send like a melody to him, and he'll get back and say, oh, you know, this is a bit cheesy, or I don't like that,
Yeah.
and vice versa. He'll send me stuff, and I lay into it all the time. Yeah. So
Fair enough. I think that's healthy though, and I hate it when you have to kind of pussyfoot around and be a little bit like, I don't want to hurt his feelings or whatever. But the reality of it is,
there's none of that in beauty school.
you know, yeah.
Like, feelings are hurt daily.
Oh dear. Do you play any other instruments, or do you fancy playing any other instruments?
I've always fancied myself a drummer. I'd love to be a drummer, but
I think we talked about this last time, actually, didn't we?
did we? Yeah,
I think
we
so.
may have done, yeah. But I've always wanted to play the drums, and I can do a couple of simple beats, but I can't class myself as being able to play the drums really. And other than that, do you know, there's not a specific instrument that I am interested in playing. What I would really like to be able to do is I'd like to be able to sort of home demo. That's my thing. You know, like, just be able to like write melodies sometimes, like using MIDI keyboard and recording it in, and being able to track drums and stuff, so that I could. So it's not specifically an instrument that I'd like to play, but that is something that I do feel like would just benefit me as a musician, especially now. Like, if I could be doing that at home, the band, we could still keep the wheels moving a little bit, because I've got so many pals like you yourself. You do it, and you know, Jason, who's the singer in a band called Thick Skin, who we're really good friends with. He was the old the guy that replaced Dan in Cause Landing, and he just churns out songs all the time. He's constantly sending me stuff that he's made, and he's like, oh, what do you think to this? And I just think, oh man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could sit there and create music in a laptop or in a computer.
Do you have a
I
laptop?
can't do it.
Oh, you obviously have a laptop. Do you have a Mac?
Yeah, I've got. No, I do, but it's old now, really old, barely works. But I've got a high-powered PC, and I've got a decent PC downstairs. But it's just putting that time into learning. Like, like with the YouTube stuff that I'm doing at the moment, I've just spent the last pretty much since February learning how to use Premiere and really learning how to edit videos and stuff like that. So that's been my focus, and I ain't got the time in my life to learn all that stuff, but somewhere down the line maybe. Yeah,
man. I think being able to home produce, even if it's just very raw demos, like the reason why I asked if you've got a Mac is because anyone that has got a Mac, I don't know how old it has to be for it to work, but basically GarageBand is essentially Logic but just stripped back. I think they've bought certain rights to be able to have it, so it's like a beginner's course of Logic Pro.
Well, I missed a piece out of that story. Like, I do have a Mac, and it is old, but also it got coated in milkshake, so it does turn on, but it is completely fried. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's one way of not being able to record at home is totally your laptop. Yeah. Right, dude. I think let's get another tune from you, because I do this every time. I love catching up with people and talking and stuff. But the reality of it is people are here to hear music as well. Yeah. So I don't want to rush you through your last two songs.
So this song, a little backstory before I jump into this one. Yeah, this is another new song that's unreleased, and like when I was writing, when we were starting to write this album, basically, this is one of the first songs we wrote, and I got married last year. I know you know that, but some people in the chat might not.
Yeah.
And do you know when stuff's going like wrong in your life, or you're having like a bad time in your life? I'm sure you can relate to this, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like sometimes where you write your best tunes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because you just have all this like raw emotion that you can put into writing music. Now, you know, I'm very happily married with Vicky, and my life's been great for a number of years now. So I've openly said this to the band that sometimes I struggle to write like lyrics that are like pertinent and hit home, like, because I'm not in that space. So this song is called Happiness, and I wrote it by imagining what it would be like for Vicky to leave me.
Oh,
Do you
wow.
know what I mean? Like,
I was just
literally,
about to say that maybe I should start like pushing Amy's buttons to the point where I'm just like, so she gets really mad at me, and then I write some bangers, and then I'll just apologise later.
yeah, do it. No, but I just needed something sad to write about, so I was just like, God, like try to connect with those feelings. So yeah, that's
a
what
really clever way of doing it, though, man. That's cool. I like that.
Well, a lot of the stuff I'm writing now is all made up scenarios of like bad shit stuff.
Take it away, mate, on that note.
All right, this one's called Happiness. Well, I'm alive, I guess that's reason to get dressed. I felt the summer in my cheeks, I felt the winter in my chest. Oh, but lately I've been thinking myself to death. I've been picturing you in a wedding dress. But I won't sleep if you won't. No, I won't sleep if you won't until normal life resumes again. Sleep is inconvenient. You were like a seed inside my head. I felt the bloom, I felt the growth, and I felt it end. And what you gave me, oh baby, I won't ever feel again. Oh, what I'd give, my God, what I'd give for that happiness. You showed me beauty in places it shouldn't grow. You showed me forever ago. But I won't sleep if you won't. No, I won't sleep if you won't until normal life resumes again. Sleep is inconvenience, and you were like a seed inside my head. I felt the bloom, I felt the growth, and I felt it end. What you gave me, oh baby, I won't ever feel again. Oh, what I'd give, my God, what I'd give for that happiness. For that happiness. For that happiness. For that happiness. And you were like a seed inside my head. I felt the bloom, I felt the growth, and I felt it end. What you gave me, oh baby, I won't ever feel again. Oh, what I'd give, my God, what I'd give for that happiness.
I just feel like I need to come give you a hug, mate.
Yeah,
That
but
was
it's alright
wicked.
because I wasn't actually that sad.
No, that's a really interesting way of doing it. Because it is easier to write easy is probably not the right word, is it? But I guess to a certain degree, it is easier to write a sad song
Yeah,
as opposed to a
yeah.
happy song. Because there's a line, isn't there? When you write a song and you're trying to write happy lyrics, it's almost bordering cheesy, isn't it? You know, no one wants
Yeah,
to hear
it
how
is.
great your life is.
And happy lyrics. Like one thing that I like to do at the moment, like kind of that first song, like that I did, not Happiness, the one before it. Like the lyrics in that are super melancholy and sad, but the music is really uplifting and upbeat, especially when you hear the electric version. Yeah, that's something that I really like doing at the moment. But writing just flat out happy songs, find that really difficult. Like I just don't gel with them myself. You know what I mean? Like if you think if you even the happy songs that are in the charts, like if you listen to them and listen to the lyrics, they tend not to actually be about happy topics or happy subjects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just rolled in happiness. You know, like
exactly.
The song itself is all, you know, rainbows and unicorns and all that. But reality of it is, it's about
Because when you actually write a happy song, fully happy, music, lyrics, and everything, you wind up with something like
it ends up like ABBA,
Cheeky Girls or something.
Yeah, Cheeky Girls. That's it. Yeah, that's probably a better one. My brother supported Cheeky Girls. Actually, that's quite a funny story.
Seriously?
Joe did. Yeah, he supported the Cheeky Girls. I think it was like a Christmas light switch on thing.
Amazing. That's a AAA lanyard for the wall. Is that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cheeky Girls.
Yeah. So
love that.
That was a thing. But yeah, I quite agree. It can be quite difficult to do. It's can come across very cheesy sort of thing. Do you find that you write? I mean, obviously you put yourself in a scenario there where you were writing a false topic and whatnot. But do you find, you know, it's easier to write a sad song about a particular topic, or can you like find? I don't know how to really word it. Like, do you find other parts of sadness that you can write about and that sort of stuff, or does it solely have to be about like a breakup or that kind of thing? You know, do you know what I mean?
I think I know what you mean. Like, are you saying like, do all the sad songs that I write have like a specific topic?
Yeah.
And when you say that, are you asking if I personally engage with the topic?
No, if you kind of have to put yourself in a personal in that same scenario to write, and then it ends up being the same topic, and almost like every song's a similar vibe, or like, are you like? That's essentially what I'm getting at, but it's hard to explain.
I'll give you what I think. What I think.
Okay, go for it, because I don't quite know what my question is now.
So basically, I do write songs still about personal scenarios, but because because I'm not in a position where like I feel like I have much to write about in terms of like there's no woe in my life. I don't feel, you know, and touch wood, it stays that way. But I mean, I certainly do look back on things and take elements out of sad times that I've had in the past, or like situations that I've been in the past. But then one thing that I'm not very good at is, you know, like bands like Rage Against the Machine and Shikari that sort of take global political scenarios and turn them into sad or powerful songs. Like, I find it really difficult to do that. Like, when I write a song, it's usually about individual emotion or like immediate emotion between friends or family or something like. So I guess when I make up scenarios, it's like I don't know. It might be based on. I'll tell you what, right? Let me explain it. Let me tell you where I got. Well, not where I got the idea from, but an idea that sort of resonated with me. Is there's a band called the Menzingers. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No.
So the Menzingers, they're kind of like they're a New York punk rock sort of emo band.
Yeah.
And I was reading an interview where the singer from the Menzingers had said that there's this track called Anna that they've released, and he basically read a book and then wrote a song based on the story of the book, and it's about this girl who lived with her boyfriend but then got a job and she had to go away, and it was like he used to send videotapes to a sort of thing. I can't really remember exactly what it was, but that's the kind of thing that I would do. I would come up with a scenario like that, like something I've seen on the internet, or and try and make a story out of it.
Yeah.
Rather than, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, similar to what you were saying then about like Enter Shikari and Rage and stuff like that, being able to come up with a much more global problem as opposed to a personal thing. Like, I find that really difficult to do as well. Even to the point where when I am writing about, so I wrote a song about this scenario we're in now, and found myself creeping back into my comfort zone of writing about me and the people closest to me and stuff like that, which obviously still resonates. It's still part of the song, but it was initially it was all about like being thankful for the the front line and all that kind of thing. But then slowly it's kind of like, well, how am I feeling again? It goes back to my feelings as opposed to like the
but
real.
For me, like, I know that everybody is different, but I write music that I would like to. I write music I would like to listen to.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's because, and I think that, I mean, everybody is an individual. Everybody is an individual, but we all go through the same rigmarole and same emotions and feeling of life. And sometimes you'll hear a song, and something will like hit you with the lyrics, and it can be the simplest thing, and it'll remind you of a feeling that you maybe haven't felt for years, and that's the kind of thing that's like the ideal thing for me. That's what I hope would happen to people listening to my tunes. I'm not saying it does or it doesn't, but that's what I'm going for. That's the target I'm aiming for when I write lyrics. And Dan's the same, and I know that because he writes lyrics as well for the band. And when he sends me something, sometimes I'll get that feeling like and I'll be like whoa, we have to use this because that's like took me to somewhere that like that.
I think that's
strong.
also really cool that sometimes as a lyricist you can have a moment of like uncertainty of is what I'm trying to say correct, or is this going to resonate? And then in your case, for you to be able to send something to Dan or vice versa, for you to then like instantly get that buzz before you even actually got anything official out or anything like that, but just between you guys, and have that energy straight off the bat, knowing that when you put this out, it's going to have, if you felt that feeling, someone else will.
Yeah.
So I just think that's really cool, like to have that, that closeness, and having Dan, as you say, been multi-talented and be able to be, on the same wavelength as you when it comes to writing lyrics and stuff like that. It's really cool. We've had another question, man. It says, what venue would you like to play, large or small, and why? And then also in the same question it says, also most memorable venue you've played for whatever reason, good or bad.
Venue I'd love to play. I don't really have a specific venue that I would love to play. Like, I think we had a similar question last time, and I said that my goal in life growing up was to play the Cockpit Room 1. Yeah. And I did that. And after that, I kind of gave up on making milestones in terms of playing live shows. It was just like, because the thing is every venue that you go to is unique in its own way. Like, we've played some really crappy venues, like, and we've played some really cool venues as well. Like, we've rolled up at I think we played a festival in Castleford, and the electricity kept turning off and stuff. And at the time, it's like mortifying. But then when we look back and laugh about it now, it's like a hilarious story. Like, the fact that I'm bringing it up now is, so I never feel bitter about anywhere we've ever played, and I never think to myself, but I also never sort of set goals of where I'd like to play. But for me, the most memorable experience ever was playing Reading and Leeds Festival, playing the lock-up tent there, just because that was like, that's one of those tastes that as an amateur small musician you only get every now and then, potentially only once, like playing a stage like that. And both of them in their own right were amazing, because playing Leeds was really cool because it was like a tent full of people, but also it had like friends and family in the tent. And then playing Reading was also cool because there was nobody there that knew who we were, really. A few people, but it was just, if anyone was there to see us, they were either just checking us out for the first time, or they were just fans that we didn't know. You know, they were just people that actually enjoyed the music for the music. So Reading Leeds Festival, definitely the one. What was the second part of that question?
I knew you were going to ask that. I've taken it off screen.
Sorry.
That was it. It was most memorable venue you've played, good or bad. So you kind of
Yeah. Cockpit won for venue. Festival, playing Leeds and Reading Festival was insane. And then electricity cutting out in Castleford.
Sometimes those janky gigs that you play are the funniest and the best. You know, I like you say, they're not the best at in the moment, because you're always trying to be like professional and proper and like get everything, you know, be as efficient as you can. And you're like, I'm playing in front of 3 people or whatever it might be. I want to impress those 3 people, and you keep cutting my power or something like that.
I don't have any more. Like so many of those great memories of those janky venues were with you in Goodbye for Now. Like, how many of them did we play? I mean, do you remember playing the Atrium, which was we were playing the Atrium in Leeds, which was opposite where Rio's was. And we were playing in the room.
Is that now Santiago's? No?
It was above Santiago's.
Yeah.
It may be Santiago's. Yeah. Anyway, we were playing in there, and I remember we were sound checking. It was about 6:30, and there was nobody outside our venue. And me and you went over to the window and looked out, and metal band called Il Nino were playing at Rio's opposite, and the queue just went on for miles, man, like outside building. And then we played to the other bands that night. And meanwhile, there was like 700 cap gig going on over the road, but still just a great time. It doesn't matter, does it? You play music, like So
it's fun, man. Oh, those days, good times. Right, we're running over slightly, so let's get a tune. And then we'll just wrap up the show, finish off any questions if anyone else has got any more questions, and quick fire round or something. But man, I've just thoroughly enjoyed catching up with my mate. You know, it feels like 2 seconds ago since I last spoke to you, but I spoke to you more now in this pandemic than I have in a long, long time, man. It's wicked.
Yeah, I know.
It's good.
Cool. So this is the first song we wrote. This was the first Booty School track. And I'm sorry if I butcher it, Dan. Anyway, this one's called Silver. We were alive when we were young. We were the salt of the fucking earth. No one could tell us right from wrong. You were a fountain and I couldn't drink enough. Back when I told you your parents were moving, knew we were living on borrowed time. But I swear we can make this work if you say that we'll try. Distance is but a number of hours spent, from days to weeks to months, when I can barely find the rent. But I'll be your armor, and I'll splint your spine, and I'll be a guiding line if you'll only be mine. sang about the weather, about its dependability, and I hope that one day soon I'd use the tricks that you taught me. But I can't, oh I can't, it's sad but true. I'll still be ever dependent on you. I just wanted to call, put this to rest. I just wish I could see you, get it all off my chest. 'Cause I just wanted it more, you just wanted it less. Yeah, I just wanted it more, you just wanted it less. I wanna be something bigger, someone better than the sum of all my parts. I wanna feel like I matter when it matters. I wanna know I did my part, 'cause I just wanted it more, and you just wanted it less. Yeah, I just wanted it more, and you just wanted it less. I sang about the weather, about its dependability, and I hope that one day soon I'd use the tricks that you taught me. But I can't, oh I can't, it's sad but true. I'll still be ever dependent on you. Like the day we met outside your school, the rain, it came down, it was too cold for you. We said we'd make an effort to patch up the distance, but some weeks that's hard to do. Ever dependent on you.
Yes, mate. Right, enjoyed that one, man.
Thanks, bud.
I think obviously you've got a lot going on at the moment, you know, with your YouTube channel and stuff. But I'd love to hear, especially if you and Dan can get together, you know, once he's feeling a little bit less under the weather and stuff. I'd love to hear a stripped back set of, you know, of your tracks and stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to do it, and Dan would as well. Like it sounds infinitely better when he's about as well. So, you know,
you should get on it, man.
I'm definitely hopeful that we'll do that sometime soon.
Please let me know when you do, man, because I'd definitely tune in, and I'm sure there'll be people watching now that I'd want to see that as well. Any sort of things or final words that you'd like to say? I know we've not really talked about your YouTube channel, but you're spending a lot of time and effort and putting your videos together and stuff. And
yeah, I am. Yeah,
I don't want to hype it up too much, but I'm thoroughly enjoying them. So if people get a second,
why don't you want to hype it up too much, Matt?
Because
hype it, son.
Because I'm trying to grow my own damn channel. No, I'm only kidding, man. If you get a second, guys, seriously, go check out Joe's YouTube channel. It's called VGTV. Is there a T at the end of it?
Just VGT. Just VGT.
What's the GT at the end of that for?
Well, it's VGT because the URL VGT was already taken.
Got you. So it's double VGT.
So I mean, you know, I know this is obviously a music YouTube, and I'm primarily here doing like music, you know, and doing beauty school stuff. But yeah, my side thing is that I really have a obsession for video games, and love playing video games, love talking about video games, and I've got a YouTube channel going at the moment where I just basically it's exactly what we've experienced tonight, but take the music out of it and put video games into it. So yeah, that's VGT.
And it's absolutely hilarious as well. And like, my mum censored Joe tonight because my mum.
Yeah, Liz,
Joe's
you don't want to go check that out. Don't you go watch it.
Me and Joe go way back, and Joe's, you know, had many a word from my mum probably because of his, naughty side and swearing and stuff, whatever else. But nonetheless, over there he can do what he wants, and it is absolutely like cripplingly funny. Like I don't even like gaming, and I watch it because it's so funny. It's brilliant.
Cheers,
like,
man. Appreciate
honestly, you're gonna get some endorsements. Maybe one of these days you'll get some endorsements and stuff from the gaming community because your stuff as well, which is awesome. You're like, so if any like gamers out there that are watching now are really into like, because you don't just talk one console, you talk everything.
Yeah, it's because I've got everything, Matt. Like, if I could spin the camera around now, you wouldn't believe what's in front of me. I've the Nintendo. I've still got the very first Nintendo I got when I was like 5 years old. Like, and I've just been collecting them ever since. It's obsessive, really. There's probably something going off up here that I need to get checked out.
Hence why the guitar kind of took a bit of a back seat.
It's a hole that I just fill with consoles that I never play, but they're just like ornaments in my house. But luckily, Vicky's all right with it. She's on board with it. She plays video games too, so
wicked.
Get away
Honestly.
with it.
Anyway, like they're the main things that I think if anyone's going to take anything away from it, go check out Joe's YouTube channel. He's absolutely crushing it on there. He's doing a really great thing, and it's really funny and really good, and really entertaining. And obviously, go check out Beauty School. I'll be adding you to the Spotify playlist, another track, because obviously I've got one on there from the last time you were on this show. So if you want to, you can either check out Assembly Point Guests playlist on Spotify, and it'll be on there alongside everyone else that's been on the show. Alternatively, just type Beauty School into Spotify, and then all your new tunes will be on there. No doubt.
Yep, they are. They're all there.
Nice one, man.
Cool,
Thank
man.
you so much for joining me again tonight. I appreciate it. It's just been good hanging out with you and catching up with you again.
Absolutely, man. It's been nice. Enjoy it. You've got a good thing going here as well. Like, I love your little community at the side. Everyone's chatting away, even chatting to each other. It's just,
I know, it's cool, man.
It's what you want to see, man. I love it. So keep up the good work, man.
Thank you very much, mate. All right, man. We need to have maybe a catch up when we're not live. We said this last time. We will find some time to actually hang out and spend some time together without being, live on the internet.
Figure it out. I mean, we can't hang out. Nobody can hang out with anyone right now, really, can they?
No.
So, yeah.
All right, man. You take care, and I'll speak to you real soon. All right.
Yeah, you too. Thanks very much for watching, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in again. Like I say, if you get a second to go subscribe to Joe's channel, it's going strength to strength. He's putting out really good quality, regular content, and I think there's something there for everyone. Also, obviously, check out the Spotify playlist, Assembly Point Guests on Spotify. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm really trying to push and start posting more regularly on Facebook and Assembly Point's Instagram. So if you wouldn't mind dropping Assembly Point a like on Facebook and a follow or whichever way around it is on Instagram, that'd be awesome. Anyways, I'm going to head out. Thanks very much, guys. I do this every single night at 7 p.m. So hopefully I'll see you all soon. Cheers.